Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both.
So my wife tells me that Nicki Minaj at the Turning Point USA gathering was an extremely big topic, and I should probably be talking about it. And I said, why? Fine. What's up, YouTube? Joe Sergeant here, and I'll talk about it for you. But before I get into exactly my feelings on this extremely important subject of Nicki Minaj, the rapper, top 5 in the female rap categories. We used to do this type of thing all the time on my rap show, my hip hop show with Leak. Leak, where you at, man? Ain't heard from you in a while. And we would count them. You know, you got your Queen Latifahs, you know, your Lauryn Hills, Lil Kim, Raw Digger. She was wild. But whatever it was, as far as the impact, the solo artist, Nicki Minaj was it. And then as a businesswoman, well, she was it. Always making the right moves, joining the right teams. Mixtape queen, actually. So before I get into my thoughts on this, what I'm going to do is, let's just watch a little clip.
It's not just making young black children feel proud of themselves, but it's almost like doing that and at the same time telling other children not to be proud of themselves. Asian, Hispanic, they still need to be nurtured. They cannot continue to pay for other people's sins. They haven't done anything wrong.
Amen.
Ew. Gross. Why don't you just put a bunch of black makeup on and some really red lipstick and tap dance? They'll clap just as hard, Nicki. Yikes.
And what do you think about for young men? For young men.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
Words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart. And I will not judge that.
Sister. Thank you. For boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
There you have it. There you have it. Now, obviously, this calls into question, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Boys will be boys. What are you talking about, the whole Christian right thing? When did you become anti-gay, anti-trans, or whatever the hell it is you're trying to be? Obviously, it's a grift of some sort, but you were already making money. Well, you were falling off. But I don't think that's it. It's not just that you are falling off. And it's not just that being a black conservative is the quickest way to making all the money in the world because all the white people love to point to you to say, I'm not racist. Even Nicki Minaj believes it. Your husband decide. The fact that he needs many pardons because he was diddling children before you met him, probably after. Your husband decide, I would like to show you good and decent people of YouTube some of my favorite Nicki Minaj songs. One of the greats. Let's see. It's called Little Freak. Here are the words. Excuse me, little mama, but you could say I'm on duty. I'm looking for a cutie, a real big old ghetto booty. I really like your kitty cat, and if you let me touch her, I know you're not a bluffer. I'll take you to go see Usher. What's the point? The point is, just like now, you use sexuality to get noticed, whether you're against it or for it. The people who thought you were for them realized that you were for yourself, and your husband who was diddling kids is not going to get that pardon that you're looking for. But maybe if he does, the federal one, the state ones are still going to stick. Now, if you guys don't know the whole story behind that, all you need to know is, yeah, her husband did that, was on a registry. Went to California, didn't sign back on the registry, thought he could just get away from it, and those are federal charges. Unfortunately, all the other ones that he got on him were state. But then some are saying that's not why she's doing this. Maybe she's doing this because she doesn't want to get deported because she's not a citizen. Yeah, maybe. The unfortunate part is, you ain't learned yet, bitch. That won't save you. It doesn't save Byron Donalds. You can get deported. And when the number comes, it doesn't matter how much you did. You fall into the same trap thinking that somehow the reciprocal nature of the Donald Trump administration works for people of color who are immigrants. And it doesn't. So when you get deported and they laugh at you, because you helped them become who they are, supported them, and then turned against the people who according to your words, you were once one of them in the LGBTQ space. You turned on them. And when you get deported, when you go back to Trinidad and Tobago, they don't like that stuff over there. I know firsthand. They're very homophobic over there. Good luck with that. And so much for the importance of a grifter at TPUSA. Tell me something that I didn't know. They're all grifters over there. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Erica Kirk in sequence with fake tears? You got infighting between all of them. I don't. It's not important. It sucks. It's stupid. The only thing that's important is while she is grifting and acting untoward towards the LGBTQ community and trying to get herself out of getting deported or her husband to get pardoned. The only thing that's important is Grindr broke down again. Like every other time that there's a Confederate, Freudian slip, a conservative party. Grindr broke down again. And there's the silver lining. While you're saying boys will be boys, they're in the bathroom with boys that they found on the telephone before they go back to their wives. awesome party, guys. Idiots.
Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.